Why do you look way worse when you're starting your fat loss journey than when you started? It's the most demotivating thing that could possibly happen. Let me explain why that's kind of a good thing. You looking worse means you're doing something right. I know that sounds backwards. When you first start your weight loss journey or your fat loss journey, you're gonna be looking softer. It makes it look like you just turned the sharpness down by 100. But this is just because carbs are getting depleted out of your system. Your muscle holds carbs. It makes your muscles look good. I know the internet tells you carbs make you look bad. It makes you so fat the second you eat any carbs. That is so false. Carbs go inside the muscle. They don't cause fat. So when they're depleted, you look softer and smaller, but the scale's going down. And those carbs also hold water. You're losing water weight and carbs at the same time. You haven't lost any fat really. And it takes about 2 to 4 weeks until you actually start losing the fat, if you're following a normal diet or anything like that. The thing is, you need to know this and have realistic expectations so you don't give up before you get the result. This happens so freaking much. When clients come to me or they're working with me, they go, why is this happening? The scale's going down, but I look worse. Should I give up? Are we doing something wrong? But if they had the expectation that they're doing something right rather than something wrong, they would want to push through it. I'm huge on setting realistic expectations and reframing your mindset. So when you're first starting out, you shouldn't be hungry. A lot of people think, oh, hunger. I'm losing fat. My body's hungry. It's a recipe for success. A lot of people associate pain with a good thing, which is interesting. It doesn't make a lot of sense. In reality, when you're losing fat, you're losing this hormone called leptin, the hormone that makes you feel full. And if you haven't really lost a lot of fat, you shouldn't be hungry. And realistically, the substitutions you're making should make you feel more full than when you started. So instead of you having white rice, you do quinoa, you do a potato, you do sweet potatoes because they have more micronutrients. They're gonna make you feel better and you can have so much more volume without adding calories. More volume is more space in the stomach, so you're not going to eat more food. And then also incorporating quinoa, sweet potatoes, and potatoes, they have fiber. They're gonna make you feel more full. Fiber is amazing for gut health. It helps with bloating, helps you stay more regular in the bath. It prevents so many diseases like colon cancer, and that's the #1 preventative cancer that's taking people away under the age of 50 for men, and #2 for women. So get that fiber content up. The rise of diets like carnivore and things like that make you fear fiber are having genuine health side effects. But that's another video for another day. So if you're hungry, it's not a good sign. It means you're actually doing something wrong. You're just eating less and doing more movement. That is oversimplification of fitness that causes people to lose weight and then rebound and then gain more weight most of the time. Does that sound like you? So like I said earlier in the video, expectations. This is how I do my coaching. You have to have realistic expectations so you don't get demotivated when things get hard. I hate when people on the internet say, oh, fat loss is so easy if you try these couple things. And then you try them and they're slightly hard. And so you think, oh, they're hard. I must be doing something wrong. I'm gonna give up. You said it's going to be easy. So if you have the expectation that you have to put effort in and it might be a little harder, you would actually adhere to it and stay on plan because it's expected. So another expectation we have to set, like I said earlier, this holds leptin, a hormone that makes you feel full. So if you're losing fat, no matter how perfect the plan is, you will feel slight hunger. But to clarify, you are not starving. You are just feeling hunger slightly. And again, there's ways to mitigate it and make you feel more full throughout the dieting. And I'll give you a couple hints right now. Have more carbonation. That makes your stomach feel more full. Have some diet sodas. It's going to curb that craving without adding any extra calories. And there's multiple studies showing people have lost more weight drinking diet soda rather than water and kept the weight loss longer because of the fact that you can mitigate that sweet tooth, things that make you want to crave more food and eat more sweet treats. By no means by saying, don't drink any water, only drink diet soda. No, but having a diet soda here and there is great. And adding more volume to your meals, like I mentioned earlier, having your meals so that it works for you, trying different diet things, and we'll mention those things down the road. This amazing thing I've been doing recently, if you have a Ninja Creamy, this insane recipe, super high in protein, and you can put diet soda in and you have a root beer float. Or you can use some Fairlife and add some protein and make it a creamer for your coffee. And now you have an iced coffee latte that tastes unbelievable and make you feel so full. Things like that. You didn't crash your metabolism. You just succeeded. The harsh reality is your calorie deficit is going to turn into your maintenance. And that's where a lot of people plateau and give up on the journey. They got a couple of pounds down, not the full enchilada. They got a little bit. They got a taste of it. But think about it. So these are 2 different sizes. This is 5 pounds of fat. This is 1 pound of fat. Would they eat the same amount of calories? If this turned into this, your new maintenance is here, just simply smaller. You succeeded in the journey. So if you want to lose more weight, you just have to diet down harder. And there's things to mitigate this and make the journey more smooth and feel more effortless. Again, not easy, but it's more seamless. Just think about it as well. Do you eat as many calories as Shaq? Do you? Do you eat as many calories as me? I'm 205 pounds. I eat around 34 to 3,600 calories on a daily basis. Can you do that without gaining weight? No. In a really cool study, this bodybuilder, for every pound he lost, he added a pound to his weight vest. And he wore this vest 24/7. He kept his calorie intake the same, and he lost a continuous amount of weight down to a bodybuilding show, showing it's not your metabolic rate crashing, it's primarily driven by your body weight. You're carrying that weight all the time. That's why the fat people have those big calves that we all dream to have. Been training my calves nonstop, they just don't grow. So just think of it like that. You won, and your reward, you just have to eat less food. You can also pull calories in multiple ways. It doesn't just have to come from your diet. And there's also ways to boost your metabolic rate. So now let's focus on the habit. Focus on habits, the results will come after. Because realistically, if I gave you that dream body, if you want to look like Kim K, you got that hourglass shape. If you're a man, you want to look like Chris Hemsworth. You want to look like Brad Pitt from the Fight Club. You want to get those results. How long will you keep that body if I gave it to you? Genuinely. I gave you that result. You got your little genie wish. You're going to be back at square one in about 1 to 3 months. And that's why I hate when coaches give meal plans. Don't get me wrong, not all coaches that give meal plans are bad, but I think if I tell you to do this and I don't tell you why we're doing this, your thought process will be, okay, I did this and it worked. But if I do anything else, it doesn't work. Why does this work? So if I follow this plan exactly, I'll get here. If I plateau, hey, it's okay. I'll plateau here. And the second I'm not on plan, I gain all the weight back. Why is that? So with my coaching, I always try to explain why we make every single decision, and I educate you so you're not reliant on me for the rest of your life. And I teach you habits so you can sustain that fat loss. And so you don't give me a 90-day testimonial. Oh, this guy has 1,000 testimonials. He's got the crazy physique transformations. I've already got plenty of those. I don't need those. I need sustainability. I want to change your life. I want to change your mindset, and I want to change your habit. This applies to people that take Ozempic, those people that get liposuction. They will go back to square one the second they're not on Ozempic, or they will have to get liposuction again because they haven't learned the habits. They can't just go, oh, I lost the weight. Let me go right back to my old habits. That is not how it works. And I get too many people that come to me that want quick results. And the crazy thing is, I know after me bashing it, some people need the quick results. And that sounds weird, that's nuanced, but that's another video for another day, because some people can adhere to it and sustain it, and then some just can't. And that is up to the coach's discretion. And I don't let everyone do the essential diet, the one I have coined, all the time. Next up, you need to start prioritizing things. This will make your fat loss journey feel normal. You'll stop feeling like an absolute freak of nature when you go out to eat. Oh, is this a part of your diet? Is this a part of your diet plan? You won't get those questions anymore. They'll be like, how are you eating this and still adhering to your fat loss journey? You'll be getting questions, how are you losing this, but you're eating the same thing as me? You're going to shock the world. And I always call it the pregame method. I know. If you're a male or a female, you'll think, oh, pregame. I know what that means. Not that. We're pregaming our meals. So if you're a male, try to have 50 grams of protein for less than 300 calories. And if you're a woman, keep that same ratio, but have 30 grams of protein before you go out to eat. This is going to do multiple things. You're not going to be as hungry. You're not going to be as antsy when you're out to eat. You're not going to overeat on the food because the protein is making you feel more full. And you can have those other macros like carbs and fats that make you feel normal. And you don't have to over restrict yourself when you're out to eat. You try to eat the macros you won't get eating out, which most of the time is fiber and protein. And you won't have to look like a crazy person getting a chicken salad with the dressing on the side. You can eat normal again. And you most likely won't even finish your plate because of the fact that you had a pregame meal. And then next up, just go for quick walks throughout the day. This is such a life-changing thing. I am such a busy person. I'm doing check-ins all the time with my clients. I'm making content, I'm editing content, talking to people on the back end to help me with my business. So many different things. So during these times, I'm pacing around when I'm talking to friends. I'm pacing around when I'm doing check-ins if I don't have to be sitting down on my laptop. Every hour, I put a timer on that I have to walk for 10 minutes. You might be saying only 10 minutes. That adds up. Every single day, I get over 4 miles or 10,000 steps, which is all I prescribe for my clients. And it's actually been shown if you get 8,800 steps and it is spread out every single hour like this, rather than getting 10K steps in one go, it is actually more healthy because you're getting constant blood flow, you're delivering nutrition throughout your body, you're not stagnant. There's so many benefits of this. So start prioritizing small things like that, and they genuinely really add up. And then last, but very not least, stop eliminating things. Stop eliminating sugar. Stop eliminating carbs. Stop eliminating fats. Stop eliminating things because you are associating those things as bad. When you assign emotions to food, you will naturally want to overconsume on them. You feel bad about it. You will binge on it. You will get in disorder-like things. You will always just substitute or add to your meals. Like I said earlier, instead of rice, instead of pasta, do those things that are more filling like quinoa. Oh, you're having chicken breast. You're a little low in your omega fats. That might deregulate your hormones. Maybe try some chicken thigh. It's more dense in omega fats, making your hormones more optimized. Doing things like that. Stop eliminating. You can have seed oils. You can have processed foods. You can have these things. Everything in moderation. That's the healthiest mindset to have, and that's how you sustain the results. Because if you eliminate those things, you will have those foods down the road. I promise you that. No one has gone 70 years without eating a food they love. And if you incorporate it on a daily basis, you're not going to finish the whole damn pie. You'll have a bite or two, and that is fine. I am so passionate about this. The internet makes you fear sugar. The internet makes you fear carbs. Makes you fear fat. That is not the root of the issue. It's not your insulin. It's not your cortisol. It's not these things. They're just selling their program to you just so you can fear something because fear sells rather than good information. I guarantee this video is sub 1,000 views. I guarantee it. And I'm giving as much free value as I possibly can. If you use this information, if you add this to a save later or watch later tab, I promise you this will transform how you view fitness. It has been solved. You don't have to overcomplicate it. It's not easy, but it is simple. And the simpler something is, the easier it is to approach. Sorry for that little tangent. Very passionate. You should be met where you are. For example, I have worked with people that have never heard of a calorie, and there's nothing against them. That is just their level of information. So why would I prescribe their program for someone that's been lifting for 10 plus years? That makes no sense. We start with habit building with some people, and then some people can do the essential diet and lose 10 plus pounds in less than 2 weeks and sustain it and look amazing and even get better results after and gain muscle. How would I prescribe the same plan for that person to someone that has never heard of a calorie? It makes no sense. Everyone's in a different journey of fitness and you have to meet them where they are. I know it's more work. There's more communication. I don't just send a mass program to everyone. But again, that's sustainability. Everyone needs different approaches. Everyone needs different help. Try so many different diets. Try intermittent fasting. Try carb cycling. Try calorie banking. Try low carb. Try OMAD. Try these diets. Yeah, some of them have adverse effects, but I promise you, being a surplus of fat, I promise you, is much more unhealthy than the minor side effects you will get from some of these diet plans. So try everything, see what works for you. I like to intermittent fast when I'm in an extreme deficit. It makes me adhere to the diet more. I get to eat more food later throughout the day, and I can sustain early in the day, feeling a little more hungry because I'm busy. And it fits my schedule, and I enjoy it. And by no means will I tell you to do intermittent fasting if you don't like it. I try to teach my clients every single approach with fitness and different diet culture so they can try, pick, and choose what they like the most. If you want to sign up for my coaching, you can apply down below in the description. And please like, subscribe, and comment down below for videos you like. If you like this presentation style or you want more reaction videos, let me know. These videos are for you guys.